Hello everyone, welcome to Cyberbytes channel, and today in this video we will be learning to discover content, that is interesting files, folders on a web server via forced browsing using the tool dirsearch. Quoting from the official GitHub page of dirsearch, this tool is an advanced command line tool designed to brute force directories and files on web servers. You can call it as a web path scanner also. Now dirsearch is written in Python 3 and the current version as of this day of recording is 0.4.2. This has been created and actively developed by Morosoria and Shelldev. A very big thank you to the developers and contributors for this amazing tool. We are really grateful for this tool. Before we begin, I would request you to please subscribe the channel, like the video and share it with your friends and colleagues. Also, please put your thoughts on what you would like to see in the next upcoming videos. Your support will encourage me to create good quality educational content and contribute my bit to the security community. Now before we begin, I will just put up a disclaimer here, and this goes like this.
This channel does not promote or promotion any illegal activities. All content provided by this channel is meant only for educational purpose only.
Now, dirsearch employs the technique of forced or forceful browsing where we can access commonly named files and directories. Sometimes due to such misconfiguration, the application might expose sensitive information or resources that should not be otherwise accessible to application users. That means the regular users that are using the application. Now, during the course of our pen testing or bug bounty hunting, whenever we enumerate all the possible subdomains for our target that are in our scope, now in case we talk about a bigger scope, we can employ systematic enumeration and probing for different domains to see if they're accessible or not. These techniques have been discussed in previous videos. Now, if you're interested to learn about these techniques, that is enumeration techniques using various tools, so I have a good list of enumeration, how you can perform them systematically, and you can have an in-depth look at the usage of these tools. So please check out the on-screen links for your reference. Now, if the scope is small, then ultimately we can detect the backend technologies using Vapalizer, or in case a bigger scope, we can use HTTPX for batch probing of backend technologies, and then we can start by deploying our tool dirsearch. Now for installation, we might actually use the git clone command. So by using the git clone command, there is a high probability that we might be getting the latest and the greatest version here. That is the way you can actually go, because it is fairly straightforward and easy. Either if you are comfortable with Docker, so you can also use Docker for that thing also. If you are using Kali Linux, so you can directly install dirsearch using Kali Linux. So using the simple command apt-get install dirsearch and you're good to go. But the thing here is that by this command you are getting an older version of dirsearch, and which I have been finding during my testing phase. It is having some issues. It is not some of the options are not working properly, so it's a bit older version. So I will recommend you to stay away from that. The best option would be to directly git clone and just follow the 3 to 4 commands that are there, and it is very easy to just install this. All it needs is Python 3 version 3.7 or more, so it is very easy. So you can just follow the GitHub steps here and you are good to go. Now, just to give you a little bit of background about this tool, we have been using different tools for directory brute forcing or directory forced browsing for files and directories. We have been using tools like dirbuster, dirb, or we are also using gobuster for that case also. All these tools are no doubt they are good tools, but the flip side here is if I talk about dirbuster or dirb, is that they are not multi-threaded. That means they have a limitation to their speed. So this will make your task a bit slower, whereas tool dirsearch is multi-threaded and it is very fast. We will be seeing it in a while how much speed it can give us. So all our tests will be very streamlined and faster. So this is where it is there. Even if you want, you can actually use wfuzz also. If you want to use how to use wfuzz, I have a detailed video for using wfuzz. So using wfuzz also, you can actually do directory brute forcing or force browsing also. That is also possible. Same goes with ffuf. That is also a fuzzer. You can also use ffuf to just brute force the directories. But for a specific task, specifically if I am telling that if you want to direct brute force directories for a application, this tool is ideally suited because it has specific options that will be needed for our directory brute forcing. I'll be showing you why actually it will make a difference, and you will understand this as the demonstration goes on. Another important part that I would emphasize is that you should have a good word list. Now, the power of any of this word list based brute forcing tool is the quality of word list that you provide. So it will be best if you have a good word list. So for that, every one of us knows. So seclist is one of the best options available out there. You can use seclist to, let us open this page and I'll show you this page. You can just git pull if you want, or if you want, you can directly just apt-get install seclist in Kali Linux. So that's how it goes, like this, and pretty self-explanatory it is. So yes, you should have proper you can say word list here, but for our sake of demonstration, we are having default word list that are being provided by dir search. So we'll be using it there just to get accustomed to the commands and that options it has that we will be learning here. So we can use word list. Also a good thing that you can actually combine word list. You can use multiple word list in the same task just by separating the word list with commas like this. So this is also a good feature that dir search offers us. Let us now begin with the tool demonstration, and let us explore various options, and along the lines as we will be going through, I will be showing you what are the options that we can use. So it will be quite explanatory in the part here. So I hope you will be liking this. So first thing first, about the target applications that we'll be using to test here. So I have two applications. One application is deployed in my local environment. So that is residing at my local server here. Next application that is available online that I will be showing you, this one. So test PHP. This is a sample test website that is specifically a deliberately vulnerable PHP based application, and it is actually used by the Acunetics scanner. So we will be using some of the demonstrations specific to PHP based extension based files and PHP based applications. We will be using this also. We will be using internal application that has been deployed in the Metasploitable box, and we will be targeting the DVW application here. So we'll be switching it based on our preference. So nothing of that sort. The main motivation here is to just show you what are the available options and how these options can be useful to you. So let us plainly run this command, plainly run this tool, and let us see what we are getting. All right. So there are lots of options. So what I have in mind is I will just run through the application. I will explain you the options. So that is the standard that I love to follow. So we will be starting with the most common here is the http dot. All right. So we will just running this thing. So we are using the default word list of dir search, and by default it is using 30 threads, and the general word list size is about 10,977 words as it is shown. So it is giving us the output of based on the HTTP status code response codes, and what it is getting. If it is a 301 here, so on 301 it is telling that where it is redirecting, it is showing us this. So if you want, you can go to this URL and you can just have a look what you find, like so. You might find some interesting things. So yes, okay, fine then. Same way you can do this 400 is also there. So this is an error. So like so, you can get lots of responses here. So I will just stop it here. It was just for the sake of understanding. We will dive deeper into more of the options that we have. I will just put an interrupt and I will just quit the tool from here. All right. Okay. So this was about the most basic thing that you can begin with. So let us have a look at another options that we can use. So So if you want to test for a specific extension, now this is where the part of your information gathering comes to play here. See why? Because if we are actually knowing that what is the backend application technology that is being used, what is the, if you are observing the urls might be having some extensions. Some applications do just spit out what is the extension, so we might understand what are the backend technologies. Sometimes it could be like JSP, sometimes it could be PHP, sometimes it could be ASPX, ASP, or like so. So if you are sure about what extensions you can test, so you have to just specifically pass those extensions. So this will actually, you can say, speed up your work. It will avoid confusion, and it will be, you can say, more productive thing that you can go on. So I will just put another parameter here, like the -e, that is the E, and I am telling that the PHP is the extension that is used. So it will specifically run the word lists that are that basically by adding the extension of PHPs. So with PHP, if you put ASP, so it will put the ASP. Now there might be times that you might be needing to force some extensions. So you might be in a situation where you are not getting any specific idea. So what you can do is you can actually force the extensions. So you might tell that 3 or 4 extensions that I am sure of. So I will just tell dir search to try to run with those extensions and give me the output. So I will just cancel this and show you. All right, like so. So this is the extension, this is the options -e, where you are knowing that this is the extension that I am sure of. Now if you are not sure of, or if you want to force some extension, so you can do like this also. Same goes with -e also. If you want, you can give multiple options. It's up to you, JSP or ASPX if I want to. So what it will do, it will cycle through the word list and try to enumerate based on all these extensions. So this is how. So it might take a lot of time, and if backend server is a bit sensitive enough, so it might throw an error. So we don't want that. We want to do proper responsible testing. So if your initial information gathering is good enough, so you don't have to go with this part. But yes, in case you are not in a tricky situation, then actually you can use this option. So this was about the -e and -f. We can actually also do, you can say, tweak default dictionary. Now all the default dictionaries we do have. Now what happens is sometimes your applications folders might not be as per your dictionary's liking. Say for example, if I'm talking about the WordPress, say for instance, here WordPress, most of the WordPress will be having a directory extension like WP underscore. Like that, it could also be having, it could like also be having like WP minus, or it will be having a prefix WP. Sometimes your directories or files might be having all the letters capitalized. It could be having all the letters in small. It could have a mixed case. So to make this thing easier, the good thing about this tool is that it will do it for us on the fly. Now this is a very good option which I loved the most, because other tools might not be giving you this facility. So this is where things start to differentiate from other tools that you might be using. So we might be using prefix or suffix. So what we can do is we will just do one thing, specify the extension as PHP. We want things to be very much straight. PHP, this is what we want. Next, what we will do is we will be putting a suffix here. Let us start with the prefix. Now another options that say for example I'm adding a prefix WP minus. Next option that I can run is the option of adding can say ignoring or excluding or including specific HTTP response codes if I want. So this is one good thing. So I might not get a cluttered output here. So what I will do, I will be just including the HTTP response code. Say for example, I just want 200, I want 301, I might need 302. Okay, this is for example only. So let us see how actually works. And what we will do is I will add another parameter here. So I will just, to show you that how the things are going in the backend, I will be using the proxy, and I will be using my burp suite here. So all the traffic will be passing through the burp here. So we'll be seeing, let me just switch and show you what is the status of burp suite here. So burp suite here actually is here, and let me just clear it out for you. Okay, all right. So at this current point in time, we do not have any requests that are incoming. So let us fire up the request and let us see in the proxy what we are getting. Good. Okay, let me just bring this up, show you. All right, see here. So all our requests are coming in, and here we can see our prefix and suffixes here. See here, if we're talking about the folder about WP, see here, as in the folders are getting. So for files it is ignoring, for folders actually it is adding the prefix. So you can actually generate word list on the fly based on the specific observations that you have made. So this is how actually you can go around and create on the fly lists. Now let me just stop it and show you another interesting option. So it could, now after the prefix, let us have a look at the suffix. So let me just put this way. Okay, so let us put suffix like here. So let us run this again, and let me clear out my proxy here. Start the scan here, and okay, so here we will be getting, see here, one example here. See here, test WP is the suffix that we found. So this way it will automate the things for us. So this is a very neat options that you can try out. So at each and every time it will put it out for us. So this is quite useful and handy options that you can try out. Let me just stop it. Let us do one thing. If you want, we can also use suffix uppercase or lowercase if you want. So there are options. Let me just switch to the options and show you. So uppercase and lowercase are also the options. So here, and all right, so uppercase, you can use my uppercase or my capital U. Let us see how it turns out. Just for the sake of curiosity here, let me clear this out first. Use uppercase. You can use uppercase like this, and let's see. Awesome. See here, whatever the extensions or file we are getting, it is routing. It is all it is doing in uppercase letters. So yes, that is the options. Similarly, you can try out in lowercase also. That is also possible. Same way it will work. Now also one more thing that you should try out is by default dir search will be using the get method. Call the applications and files. See here, all the requests are here in get method. So get method is there. Now sometimes in my course of pen testing and application testing, I have observed that sometimes if we try to put up another unrelated method or another unwanted, you can say some weird HTTP you can say verb if you are putting, so it might also yield out some different results. So it is worth trying. So you can actually change that also. So you can actually use the -m option to see that. I will just cut out the proxy right now. No, let me just keep it. Let me show you actually. Let me just remove this one, and I will just use the method here. That is, say for example, I want to put method here. If I want to go with the put method, so how will my application response? We'll be trying to go with the put method, and we will be seeing the response in our proxy here. So all time here we can see the put method, and accordingly we are getting the method can say the responses. So you can see the response here, that is not allowed. Okay, good. So you might filter it out. If you are getting 200, then application might have a problem. It is not configured properly. It could be a sign of that also. So based on the context of the application that you are testing, your results might be differing. Fine, great. Now okay, now let us try to know about another important options. So this will be also useful to your pen test or bug bounty engagement where you want to throttle the speeds here. So for throttling speeds, there are a couple of options that you can try out. One is the reducing the number of threads. As we saw that the default number of threads when this tool dir search is running, it is starting with the total 30 threads. So it is quite fast. You want to increase it, you can increase it. Now if you want to decrease it, now in most of the cases, if you are reading the scope of your bug bounty engagements, you will be strictly told that automated tools are not allowed, and if you are using any tools, your request should be in limit. So three things that I will be showing you. One is you can, let me just clear it out, this one proxy, 5 threads currently, 5 threads like so. So 5 threads will be running in parallel, so it will, scan will be slower. All right, so it is telling me that total threads are 5 here. You can see here on the banner here. So next option I will be showing you on how to throttle the speed. One is the request per second, maximum rate of request, that is the request per second. You can also use the delay option. So after how many seconds you want a delay. Let me just do one thing. Let me just put these two windows side by side. All right, so this will give you a more clear idea on what is happening. So this is one thing, and we will just remove this thread. We will be using max rate. I want rate of 5 requests per second. Now on your right side you can see how the requests are coming through. Sorry, I will I just forgot to add proxy here, this, and I will be using, let us see. So this is the thing, how it is working. So how much speed it is going through. So we are using max rate of 5, so at a time 5 requests will be going. So in this way you can actually test accordingly. I will just stop this and show you another option. Next is the max rate. Now after max rate we can actually put a delay. So we can put a delay here. So we can either use -s or tag delay. So we will put it 5 seconds only. So you can use delay, and we are putting 5 second delay. So this is how our delay would work. So after 5 seconds, 30 threads are there. So after 5 seconds, another 30 threads will execute. So in this way, it will, you can say we will be able to balance out the things as per your scope requirements. So you can actually do one thing. You can combine all these options. You can combine threads. You can combine max rate, and you can combine delay also. So by this, actually, you can fully control the number of requests that you are sending to the backend server. So you might not crowd the service, or you might not take this down or put it into a denial of service condition. So I highly recommend this whenever you are pen testing or doing your bug bounty engagements. So be a responsible tester. This will actually add more to your value. Now another option that we can see is the recursion. Now recursion is, let us talk about recursion here. Now recursion, this, whatever the demonstration we saw was straightforward. After the URL we are giving, on the next path it is actually trying to brute force or discover contents after the slash here. Now there are chances that whenever the application might be having different levels of folders, so you want to make sure that those levels of folders are also discovered. So this is where the power of this tool comes to. So we can actually do a recursion here. Now recursion by default it will be like up to 1 level. Now if you want to increase the level, that is also possible. So I will just remove this delay option, and I will be using the recursion -r that I can use. Now have a look how actually it works. So what I will do, yeah, it's okay. Now see, in recursion what it will do, it will just add the things to the queue. Whenever it is finding a directory, it will add this directory into its queue and add it as a task. See here, see, after 200 is getting ID and it is a directory, so it is adding it to queue. Next thing, it is also doing another task, so it is increasing the jobs here. See here, now another queue has been added. See here, job will increase, it will increment, queue is added, so we are having 3 queues now. So ultimately it will just keep on adding, and after you can say up to a depth of 1. So after this 1 folder, it will stop enumerating. If you want more, it can do more also. So this is how actually you can go ahead and use the recursion. Now let me just stop this and add another option. You can actually use recursion depth option. Recursion depth, if I want, is up to a level of 2, so I can do that also. So let us do one thing. I will just test to another application, and I will do a recursion up to a depth of 2 and see what I am getting. Might not find the based on application, it might find also, but I'm focusing it directly on my local environment here. So automatically it's adding to queue and it is starting like this. So ultimately it is going depth to depth. It is getting me more information. See, you can, it is on all on your screen. So it is quite interesting, and it is quite, you can say, worth, you can say, appreciating the task that the developer has put, the creators have put to create this tool, and this tool is fitting practically to our, you can say, our requirements. So this is a highly recommended tool that you can do. I think you might have got the gist of it. Okay. Now, another one more thing which I loved about this tool is you can add cookies also. Now, whatever the tool, whatever the directories and URLs we got, they are basically pre, you can say, authentication. So before you're logged in, you're getting these things. Now what happens, you might all be knowing that after logging into an application as a defined role for your testing, you might have different internal folders also. So if you want to discover content inside those folders, so that is also possible. You can actually put a cookie here. So that is quite simple. We can just pass the cookie option and we can just get the content here. So what I will do is I will just open this Burp window here. So Burp browser is there, and I will parallelly open my Burp here. I will just navigate to my thing 92, sorry. Let us go to this window, and yeah, so already we have our cookie here. So we are in this dbwa/vulnerabilities/brute. Now in this folder, what are the other folders that are available? We can actually go through it. So what I will do, I will remove this brute and we will just go with the vulnerabilities folder here, because vulnerability folder is not directly accessible to us. So let us brute force this. So before brute forcing this, what we can do is we can actually go to the request, just copy the cookie here. So here is the cookie that we need to copy, and now we will go to our terminal and issue the command. So this is the folder that we are targeting, and we are passing the cookie flag here, and make sure to put the cookie in quote marks, double quotes or single quotes, and then we can proceed. So this is how it will try to brute force the directories and files under the vulnerabilities folder. So we will see what we are getting here. So hopefully we might get a couple of folders. So yes, we got one folder, exec. We might get others also. So depending on your, it's all boiling down to a word list here. So you must be pretty much thorough with that. All right, we must there is one more, SQLi upload. Great. So this is how it actually discovered the directories. Now if you are putting recursion, it will go ahead as you know it. So you can add options and you can just go on with this. So it will just keep on going. So this is how actually you can pass cookies. So this is a good thing, very good thing that you can try out, and this will save a lot of your time. So this was about passing cookies. Next important option or output that we can use is saving the results to our file. Now this is very much important, because if you are doing a pen test, your client might be asking a report for that, what you discovered. So a good comprehensive report detailing everything that you have done, what you have discovered, if you are putting it into the report, that will actually you can say a very good thing. Get more details, or technical team of your client might be can get more idea on what is happening. So yes, reporting is an important aspect that you should be knowing. So most of the tools these days are giving you the option to export your results in either CSV, XML, even PDF, even JSON, even HTML. So based on your use case, how actually you are doing this test and how you are trying to assimilate the results, so you can use the option. So in most of my videos, I put reporting options also for display and demonstration, because they are pretty much useful, and you must be developing a habit for that also. So what I will do is I will just remove all this stuff, and what we will do is we will just go for the output option. So we will be using -O option, -O option, and that is the output. So where I want to put the output, so in my Kali Linux folder, I will put it in my desktop, and I will be naming it cyberbytes report, cyberbytes report.html, and I will be specifying the format, that is the format that is HTML. So by this time this runs, I will be showing you what are the available formats. So let me just pull up the screen. So here on the reporting part, you can see it is giving a whole list of formats that are available. That is in simple if you want, in plain if you want, in JSON, in XML, in MD, CSV, HTML, whatever. So most of these options are pretty much useful. You can use them. Great. So this is how actually you can go ahead and create. So let this scan complete. We'll be having a look at the report. So okay, so our scan is complete. So I made a mistake here. I have just mistyped HTML. So no problem. My Firefox finally managed to open the file. I will just showing you the file in a while. So here is my file. Here it is. This is the report that we can see. Now the good thing is that this report is also, you can say, filterable. You can also filter by status code 200 if you want. So you can just exclude, sorry, not this one, wrong mistake. Okay, exclude content length if you want to search for status code 200. So you will be getting like this. You can include or exclude depending on your choice. So you can even open the URLs. You can do. So this is the report that I wanted to show you, and it is very much important, and I recommend you to just explore these options. These are the most basic and useful options that I thought might be useful. There are other options too in the help file, and these are worth a try, and you should certainly try them out. So this was in my mind regarding this regarding video on dir search. So I hope you have liked this video, and if you have liked this video, please do share this video with your friends and colleagues. Do subscribe the channel if you like the content. This will greatly encourage me to create more of such educative high quality content. So please do subscribe, and I am certainly getting good responses from you guys, so I am very much excited with the response, and it is encouraging me to create more of such good videos. So I would also like you to please put your inputs on what more you would like to see, so I'll try to put videos in that direction also. So this was it. So we'll be meeting you soon. So till then, goodbye and take care everyone.